Michael Jordan is easily known as one of the greatest, if not the greatest player of all time, and LeBron is argued to be one of Jordan's rivals in the GOAT conversation. Everyone loves to talk about who is the better basketball player overall in terms of skill, championships, and all that good stuff, but today I want you guys to see who is the better pure athlete. This has nothing to do with basketball skill or championships. If you watch until the end, you will find out which NBA great succeeds in pure athleticism, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Real quick, before you continue watching this video, can you smash the like button and then comment down below who you think is going to win this pure athleticism 1v1. So first, we're going to go over these athletic categories. We're going to do speed, mental and physical resilience, vertical approach, change of direction, lateral, power, strength, and aerobic capacity. First one we're going to be doing is speed. Speed isn't the only thing that comes to athleticism, but is a big thing in basketball because you have to be able to get down the court, blow past your defender, and play defense in a linear situation and a lateral situation. So if you search on Michael Jordan's speed, it says that he runs a 40-yard time in 4.3 seconds. I just flat out don't believe that. So we're gonna watch this clip of him running from a certain distance on the court to see how fast he goes, and then we're gonna compare it to LeBron. I would say that he probably has squats and deadlifts in the low 300s because of how tall he is. 6'6" is very hard to squat down low, and it's also, if you search up LeBron's 40-yard time, you will see that it says 4.4 seconds on Google. So fail to believe this, so let's compare their top fast breaks ever and look at the time it took them to cover the court so we can see who really is the fastest athlete. Direction, a very hard one to actually validate because most elite. One quick note I forgot to add, Michael Jordan is 6'6". He stands about 210 to 220, and LeBron James is 6'8", who's been as high as 270 to 260 and as low as 230, but we'll use 250 for this example through every single athletic category. Now, Jordan and LeBron were both known for some of the craziest highlights of all time in terms of jumping out the gym. They also have some of the best hang time, which is another fancy way of just saying jumping high and staying in the air. Now, first covering Jordan, a lot of people say that he jumps 46 to 48 inches in his vertical jump. Now, back then, Jordan's time, they didn't have a combine, so the amount of steps he would need to reach that height would be about 15 steps approach. Now, in games, you will never take up to 15 steps to get a dunk off unless you're doing a fast break, which that means it does not translate to real in-game athleticism. So I would take a 3 to 5 step approach to a dunk, which is actually transferable to a game. I would easily say his vertical is 44 inches, just comparing about how high his head gets to the rim compared to the height of the rim and his actual body length. And some people would just completely go off of hang time, which it would still say 44 inches if you do the math. LeBron James, a lot of people says he jumps 44 inches. Now you have to remember that even if his vertical jump is less than Jordan's, he still weighs 240 pounds at 6'8", so it would be equally as impressive. But like I said earlier, I don't believe in the 44-inch vertical. Just judging off his hang time from his vertical leap and an extended approach, I would say he's about 39 to 40 inches, which is still crazy for his height and weight. Also, fun fact, LeBron had so many of these dunks recorded in game, and Jordan had this.
147, 145, Jordan beats Will.
Now transitioning to lateral change of direction, a very hard one to actually validate because most elite athletes don't go to the combine. I decided to put clips of LeBron and Jordan playing defense on video, and I'm going to give you my opinion on who is better at changing direction and moving side to side on defense. It is clearly, in my opinion, Jordan, and it's not even close. Here are some more clips to actually validate that. Moving on to the next one is strength and power. Now, strength is a weird topic when it comes to basketball. Weight room strength does not always transfer to basketball strength. You've seen many people, just from your LA Fitness and Lifetime, that they can squat 400, 500 pounds, can bench 200, 300 pounds, but you baby them in the court. And if you agree with that, make sure you hit the like button and comment who that person is and how you body them every single time. If you want to learn more about the weight room strength compared to basketball strength, go onto my Instagram and other YouTube videos. I actually explain it with the science to back it up. If you want more easy examples, look at people like Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, Lou Williams, and Jamal Crawford. They barely get injured for how quote unquote small they are, and still finish at the rim at a high percentage, even though they're known for having a frail body frame. After explaining the whole difference between weight room and basketball strength, I'm still gonna give you guys the weight room numbers from what I could find. Now, Jordan was known to bench 300 pounds, and I couldn't find much on his squat or deadlift. I'd guess that he's probably somewhere in the low 300s because he's very tall. 6'6" is hard to lift because of your limbs and your hip structure, and also how long your spine is. I would say that he probably has squats and deadlifts in the low 300s because of how tall he is. 6'6" is very hard to squat down low, and it's hard when you have to pull longer for a deadlift. And number two, he does not need to lift as much because you clearly see how much force he produces in high school and college, where he was probably jumping the highest he ever did before he ever started lifting weights, because you all know that he started lifting weights in the middle of his career. But what we do know is that Michael Jordan's vertical is 44 inches, like I stated earlier, and he stands around 215 pounds. Remember that number for later in the video. Now, going to LeBron, he was rumored to bench 225 pounds for 15, and some say even 22 reps of 225 pounds. So if he actually did this, then he clearly can bench 300 pounds or around 287 for a 1 rep max. LeBron's squat form is unbelievably bad, I'm sure right here, and we're just not gonna count this. I say he could probably squat 225 for parallel, which is good because he is 6'9", and it's hard for you to get that low when you have such bad levers for weight room strength. Now for his deadlift, it's hard to find numbers, but just by looking at his enormous cheeks, I'd say he's probably deadlifting 400 pounds, which, like I said, for that height is crazy. Now, what if I told you all these numbers did not matter? Because LeBron is known to weigh 250 pounds average around his career and jump 40 inches, like we said earlier. And Michael Jordan is known to weigh 215 pounds and jump 44 inches. So that means LeBron's relative power is 6.25 and Jordan's relative power is 4.9. So in my opinion, LeBron destroys Jordan in the rope capacity. Is always looked over, and I feel like it's very important, but it's really hard for me to test. I want to look over fourth quarter field goal percentages because most of the time when you're playing over 10 to 20 minutes, you'll be fatigued and you have to shoot the ball, and you'll probably shoot less because you're fatigued. And then I'll compare who did better, but way too complicated for me. I'm not an NBA stats nerd when it comes to these websites, so I'm just gonna give you guys their minutes and their shooting percentages, and you guys can decide, and I'll give you my opinion. Jordan played 41,000 minutes in his career and shot 49.7%, and LeBron played 50,460 minutes in his career and shot 50%. Now, Jordan did not play as many years as LeBron, and LeBron's gonna be able to keep going for probably another 2 to 3 years. So these numbers are gonna become an even wider margin, especially as the defense gets easier. LeBron probably will raise his shooting percentage. So in this category, I say LeBron wins, but Jordan's shooting percentages probably would have went higher if he played in this NBA where the pace is faster, you're shooting more threes, and the defense is a slight bit easier than it was known to be in the past. If you made this far, tell me who you guys think is gonna actually win this all. I haven't set the point system up, so I'm gonna tell you guys conclusion. Tell me what you guys think for the winner, and make sure you hit the sub button. I appreciate you for watching this far. Now, at the end of the day, these are all just stats. I train hundreds of athletes in basketball and track and field, and I feel like I know the difference between who is a better athlete. In my opinion, I've always believed Michael Jordan is better in speed, jumping, hang time, and his ability to sprint while playing defense and locking his assignment up, which is absolutely crazy to me at 6'6". The only athlete that really compares him in athleticism in terms of their ability is Jalen Green. That does not mean that he will ever be comparable in greatness or skill, but that's just my 2 cents. LeBron does win a lot of categories, but I feel like when you look at the eye test, it's just a different type of level when it comes to athleticism in terms of Jordan. And obviously these numbers aren't absolutely perfect. They're kind of skewed for people who are more recent, because you can find the numbers of the weight room and the vertical jump way easier now than you could back in the days when Jordan played. So LeBron is number 2 or 3 in my eyes, but maybe he is number 1 in yours. So comment down below who is more athletic in your opinion and who I should compare for the next video. Also, leave a like and sub for more content like this.